Today we're presenting our questions and answers session for the online master in editorial and advertising illustration with the director of the master, Bárbara Malagoli. But first, I'm going to tell you a little bit about our school. We are the only exclusive online design school that has 100% live format. This gives students an in-person experience in an online format. This is how we guarantee such a unique, high-quality learning experience. Here are some key stats about LABASAD. 94% of our students recommend LABASAD. More than 3,000 students have studied with us. We've got more than 250 instructors who are all professionals currently working in their field. We have students from all around the world: Germany, Peru, the United States, Spain, Italy, Mexico, and so on. LABASAD was recently featured in an article on It's Nice That, which you can check out on their site. What are the benefits of studying at LABASAD? Here are some of them. All of our instructors are currently working in their profession, and they come from all around the world. We accompany our students throughout the program, so they are never alone in their experience. Students can access different opportunities, such as workshops and masterclasses led by guest instructors. We also have networking opportunities, and also we help our students participate and, of course, win awards. The next class for the online master in editorial and advertising illustration begins in November 2023. So if you want more information, you can send us an email to info@labasad.com. And if you want to know more about us, you can contact us by email, telephone, and on our socials, where you can find projects by the instructors, LABASAD students, and other news. And now I introduce you to Bárbara Malagoli, the director of our online master in editorial and advertising illustration, who's going to give you an overview of the master. Afterwards, you can ask your questions you might have about the master in the chat or by activating your microphone and the camera. So don't be shy. Over to you, Bárbara.
Okay. Hello, guys. Let me see. Everyone can see me, hear me? Is everything okay? Okay, cool. First of all, thanks for coming. And I'm gonna try to be real quick. It's just gonna be chat. I'm gonna be really quick about everything. I'm so excited about this course. And yeah, I'm here for any questions that you have. I'm just gonna share my screen. Just 1 second. I'm sorry. Share my window. Okay, cool. No, not here. Sorry. Okay. Is everything okay? So, yeah. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about my course, but first of all, I think I'm gonna talk a little bit about myself. I'm from Brazil. I am a freelance illustrator. I studied graphic design in Brazil, and I worked in so many studios, so many publishers as a graphic design, art director, illustrator, or you can imagine. And at some point, I realized I just wanted to be an illustrator. I just wanted to draw. So I decided to be a freelance illustrator. And to
Bárbara,
sorry.
Really
okay.
sorry. No, really sorry to interrupt. I just wondered if you can make the presentation full screen.
Sorry, yes.
No worries, no worries.
I'm sorry about that. Okay, yes. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Okay, how is the full screen view? Full screen. Sorry. Okay, totally. Okay, cool. Sorry. So yeah, I became a freelance illustrator, and then I've been working with like all the clients you can imagine, all the big guys, like Google, Facebook, New York Times, Washington Post, everything. So it's been really nice. And then in 2018, I decided to move to London, and I'm still a freelance illustrator here in London, which is really, really fun. And I'm so happy that LABASAD asked me to create this course. I couldn't be happier, and it's like a really passion project to me. And now I'm going to talk a little bit about the course and why you should do it. I think you should do it. Okay, we're going to go for all these 4 items. Okay, why illustration? Like, why should I learn illustration? So I really think illustration is one of the most important forms of art in the digital, like an advertisement and everything, because you can be an artist, but at the same time you can have a career on that. You can actually work with that and make money of that. So, and I think like your personal work could be combining with your portfolio. I guess like illustrations is one of the most personal and one of the most important forms of art nowadays. It's been here for a while and it's not gonna go anywhere. So I guess it's a really, really amazing career. And I still, like, after 10 years working on that, I still have fun doing what I do. So if you ask me, I'm happy with my career.
Sorry, Barbara. Sorry to interrupt again.
Oh no, so I'm doing so.
Am I doing something wrong? There we go. Yeah. We were just seeing if it was the right slide or not.
Am I doing something wrong? Is everything okay?
It should be on slide 2. Is that right?
Yeah.
Excellent. Good. There were just some people in the chat wondering if it was the right slide or not.
Like, should I stay like this, or should I just go to the full file?
This is fine. Don't worry, it's going great.
Okay. Can I just? No, I think it is going to the full file. Okay. Is this working?
Will we see the second slide, enhanced communication?
Yeah. Okay. Can I? Yeah, it's working. Okay. Okay. Sorry for that. And I really think like illustrations, and they can convey really complex ideas and concepts without text, without anything. For example, this campaign for Nike, other girls did the same campaign, and it was like a really, really different results. So I think illustrations is all about your personal style, is all about how you see the world, is way more than technique, is really about your personality, is really about how you put yourself in the world. And I think this is really exciting for a career, it's really like try and understand who you are, what to talk about, and what do you want to work with. Like with illustration, you can work with fashion, we can work with books, you can work with advertising, you can make your own brand. And I think it's so diverse, and there are like so many opportunities to work with that is just really, really amazing. And it just opens doors for so many places in the world that you couldn't imagine. I'm saying that for myself, because I started like just by myself, and then like you just develop a really, really good vision of the world, of the art world. So I think it's really, really an amazing career. And another thing that I think is really, really important, just like me as an immigrant living here in London as a Brazilian, is not about language, it's not about like, which language do you talk, it's about visuals. So it gives you a little bit of freedom to work around the world. So your portfolio speaks by itself. Like your vision, your art is your work. So it is way more than language. It is way more about communication. It's about your work. And I think this is so important. Your work speaks for itself. So I guess this is a really, really great way to work with creativity, but at the same time, keeping your personality, and just developing and exploring and meeting new people. So I guess like I really, really love illustration, and it gave me so many opportunities, and gave me the opportunity to be creating this course for you guys. So I guess it's an amazing path. So, okay, we got it, Barbara. You love illustration. Great. You're doing well. Good for you. But what's that for me? Like, what am I gonna get from that? Okay, so what we gonna give it to you, this course? Okay, so it's not just about drawing, it's about trying to understand the concepts of how to be a professional, how to create a visual and narrative storytelling, how to get a brief for a client and creating a piece of art with your vision. So we're gonna get like you to like the step by step to everything. So we get the drawings and we get the concept when you're gonna help you to unite both of them. And I guess the most important part and the most amazing and most difficult, I would say, is finding your artistic language. Because again, how you see the word is how you're gonna put in your work, is what is going to work is going to look like. So we're going to help you in that as well. Like, oh, I have loads of drawings, but I don't know. Yeah, we're going to try to find where to go. We're going to try to help you to find your own yourself. I know it sounds really like, oh, okay, therapy. No, we're going to try to find your own artistic language, and that's going to be super super helpful, because again, it's not about like technical things. It's about personality, and that's why I love illustration. And we're gonna help you to be in the workplace. We're gonna help you to be successful and probably still all of all work. So I don't know what I'm doing then. But yeah, we're gonna help you to actually, by the end of the course, you're gonna be able to work. You're gonna be confident. You're gonna have a portfolio. You're gonna be able to reply to emails. You're gonna be able to know where to look for work. We're gonna be here and take you to the board. Like, oh, goodbye. So basically, yeah, we really, it's not just talking. It is like really, really practical, but fun at the same time. Okay, good, great, Barbara. Love the idea. Yeah, I have some drawings. I don't know, but am I the right person to do this course? I don't know. Like, I'm not an illustrator. Okay, let's see. So, will be really helpful if you have like a creative like background, even if it's not an illustration. It would be really helpful if you like know a little bit of Photoshop, if you like have some drawing, you studied something, so you have some materials, like you have the ingredients for the cake, but you don't know how to make the cake, and we're gonna make the cake for you guys. So if you know a little bit about that, that would be super, super important. But okay, like I don't work like with nothing creative, but I have some drawings. I know how to draw. Like, yeah, can I do that? Yes, you can. If you know how to draw, if you have some drawings, if you have some material, you're welcome. We're gonna help you to gather this material and create a portfolio and create you as a professional illustrator. So yeah, that's it. You basically just have to like to draw and know a little bit about drawing, because again, we're not going to teach you how to draw, but we're going to get your material and make it really professional or enhance your previous abilities on that. So okay, got it, Barbara. Yeah, but who are you guys? Who's going to teach me? So that's the most amazing bit, and it was my favorite bit, and I guess it's the most important thing as well. The fact that I lived in Sao Paulo, and the fact that I've been here in London, and the fact that I'm a Gemini and I talk to everyone. I made loads of friends, and they're all amazing, and all those people, the instructors, before they were my friends, I was a fan of their work. So all of these people, they were like picked like really nicely because they are amazing and I believe in them. And basically I did this course for myself because I love them. No, I'm joking, it's for you guys. But they are really, really great people. They actually working, they're really, really good, but they work. Like I talk to them about everyday things, about problems, and they know what they're doing because they are doing, and they're doing well. So yes, how this is gonna work? Okay, cool. Lots of nice people. How this is gonna work? So I'm just gonna talk real quick about the schedule, the structure of the whole year. It's gonna be a year. Like we're gonna be together for a while. So So yeah, the first module is more like the creative process. It's just like, how do you start to make a project? How do you start to make personal projects? How you like experiment with your own art? So it's like the beginning of the project. It's the beginning of the journey. And one of the instructors, Matteo Zacioli, is gonna give like visual narrative instructor. He's amazing. He works with comics. He works with typography. He works with drawing. He just does everything. Just Google him and you'll be like, this guy's great. His portfolio is not like really updated, so that's why I put him here, not in the portfolio bit. But he has like such a reach. And for experimental illustration, we have the super famous US comic writer Patrick Kyle. I love his work. He has such a big personality, but at the same time, he gets like really big clients. So it's like a perfect mix about how trying to know yourself. Elena, she's Brazilian, Barcelona based. Her work is just is poetry. She can take any work and turn into pure poetry in her own language, and she knows how to research for um, anything. She's really good. So I'm really excited as well. And again, our guy Patrick, the crazy guy, he's gonna teach you a little bit of creativity and personal style. So that's great. So okay, module two. Okay, I got it. I got my style. What am I gonna do with that? So this one is more about like press and editorial and concepts about how do I work in editorial, because this is about editorial and advertisement. Editorial is more about books, magazines, is more paper, it's more web, it's small. And so it's a really nice beginning to understand the industry. And with that, we have Tess. She's like a UK based artist. She's like the famous girl from our group. She just worked with like all the clients you can imagine. She is amazing. And she has such a big personality in her work, but at the same time can convey so many different clients. I think that's a really big, great balance for being a successful illustrator, having your own style, and at the same time, everyone wants to work with you. So she knows. Again, Elena with research and concept development, she just like get the most weird concepts and like just create the most beautiful pieces of art. So she's gonna be great. And Hal Covell, a friend and amazing girl. She just makes the most amazing and funny characters ever. She worked for Adidas, Primark, everything you can imagine, but in her own peculiar way. So all the people that's gonna be here with you, they have like a really big personality, but at the same time they're really successful. And I think that's really important. Okay, so now advertising, the big guys, the big clients, scary. We're gonna take you there. They are scary. So we got a great instructor, Junior Neda. He's a Brazilian guy. He used to own, be a boss of design studio in São Paulo, Barca. And then he decided to be illustrator, and he's nailed it. He's just like amazing out of nowhere. 2 3 years, he's just like at the all big brands. So he knows, and you still can see so much personality on his work. So he's the guy. Like, look at this. He's the guy that's gonna get personal, really specific work, but like being getting the big brands for you. So it's gonna be amazing. And typography and lettery, again with Mateus, he's an illustrator, but he does loads of typography, like mixed with illustration, mixed with pics. So it's all about composition. So yes. Okay. Now we're gonna talk about the fourth module. We're gonna talk about job market. portfolios, social media. To be honest, my least favorite bit, but there's some people that do really well, and it's really, really important. Come on, it is. So I got like some of the people that I know they're like badasses. Okay, sorry. First, we're gonna talk with Grace. She's in UK based as well. Her work is all oil painted. This is oil, so she's like we just don't have digital paintings. We have like handmade as well. And her portfolio, her Instagram, everything is impeccable. She has a newsletter, like a really nice newsletter. So she knows, and she worked for like so many great clients. And we have Barcelona-based Brazilian Carmela as well. You can see like she knows how to put herself and what she believes in, and all her work in her portfolio and Instagram really well. It's really cohesive. It's like everything makes sense. It's not just like me that I'm a crazy girl that posts my breakfast or anything. She is doing great on that. And Grace again, she's been a freelancer for a while, and she's really, really great on putting herself out there. She has like great relationships with her clients. So it's gonna be a good group. And okay, so you know your own language, artistic language, and you know how to make some projects for books, and you know how to deal with advertising, and now you know how to put yourself in the world. So the final project is gonna be with me. So I just wanted to gather everything that we learned through a year, and I think it's gonna be such it's gonna change your life year. It's gonna like make you know who you are, what you like, what you don't like, where you want to be, who you want to work with. And we're gonna make like a big, big project, like could be graphic, could be web design. It's gonna be like a project that you're gonna show as your case. That's me. That's how you're gonna put yourself in the world. So I'm gonna help you guys to get everything that we learned through that year and help you to find to pick something like a final exhibition or something. Could be anything. Obviously, I'm gonna talk to you guys what they want to do and just have like a final piece, something that really represents who you are. Um, so yeah, hopefully it was not that long. I'm really, really excited for this. Like, it's my dream team. Everyone that is working on this, they are amazing, really good professionals, really good people, and that's it. I guess. Okay, how can I stop sharing? Um, how do I do that?
Don't worry,
Did I stop sharing?
we've got something on the screen, I think. I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah,
Oh,
weird. It's weird. It's weird.
yeah.
Okay.
And there we go.
Sorry.
It's done. It's
Okay.
done. No, no,
Oh,
no.
okay.
Fantastic.
Ah.
Thank you
Oh my
so much,
God. Sorry,
Barbara.
guys. It was so weird. I'm so
No, I don't know about you guys,
nervous.
but I'm super, super hyped. Like, you couldn't have
Ah,
sold it better, Barbara. That was amazing.
no. Okay. Okay.
No, for real, for real. So yeah, over to the audience. This is your time to ask questions and have them answered by Barbara and myself. So please don't be shy. You can drop your questions in the comments, or obviously turn on your microphone and camera and ask them directly.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'll kick things off, Barbara, because when you were talking about yourself at the beginning there, I was wondering, when you started out as an illustrator, what was the biggest kind of hurdle for you? What was the biggest challenge getting in there, and how did you overcome it?
I guess like the biggest challenge because I didn't have any savings. I was really like scared. It was just like, okay, how people are gonna find me? Like the good thing is because I was an art director on MTV and other like big places, so they kind of knew me. But like I think it was like just I don't know, it sounds stupid, like putting yourself in the world, like, hi, I'm an illustrator. So I guess it was like promoting myself was the biggest thing. And how I did it, I started talking to people. I started like sending emails, like putting myself as a professional. I think that was the biggest challenge. It was not like, I just draw something. It was just like, no, hello, my name is Barbara. I'm an illustrator. sending emails like a professional person. I think that was my biggest, like, because I think we're all insecure about putting ourselves as artists. We're always just like, I don't know. So I think you just have to own it, and then just like, yeah, that's me, and people start like respecting you because of that. So I guess that's what.
No, excellent. That answers my question. And obviously, that's also covered in the master as well, right? So
Yeah,
how about promoting yourself and putting yourself out there,
we're
making that
gonna
first
teach you
step?
that. Not me, but the good girls. They know what I mean. I'm trying, but yeah, they're better.
You're not trying, you're doing.
I'm doing
So
it.
we've got a first audience question from Tessie in the chat. I know, Ines, you put your hand up. That's great. We'll be with you in just one sec. Tessie got in there first, though, asking what kind of assignments will be given.
It really depends on the instructor, but I guess it's gonna be like really like easy like homeworks. Like each week they're like trying to like do some homeworks, like really chill to have like a final product by the module. Like for example, I imagine like, oh, development character. It's just like bring some sketches next week. Which character? Da, da, da. So it's gonna be like really step by step assignments. But this is like really each instructor is gonna be able to give them assignments. But I think it's gonna be really like guiding you, like really step by step thing, nothing crazy, because I don't believe doesn't have to be hard. Doesn't have to come from your heart. Creativity you can't force, So yeah.
Excellent. Thank you. And Patrick says, is there going to be a summer break? And if yes, how many weeks? So yes, we will be taking a break in the summer. It's August we take off. So there's no classes in August, and we come back in September. Ines, over to you. I know you had a question, please.
Hello. Hello, Bárbara. I'm also
Hi.
Brazilian, so lovely to
Yay.
see more Brazilians here. So it's kind of like a ramble, actually, but well, just to give you an overview. So I'm a designer, but I'm actually in technology, so not very creative at all, to be honest.
Don't say that,
Um,
but okay, cool. Yeah.
yeah,
We're all creatives.
but
Okay, yeah.
yeah, I do illustrate for myself. But I guess my question is more about how feasible it is to actually put yourself out there as a professional when you don't have a network of, illustrators, you don't know people. How does that
Man,
work?
man, you have to make your own network. I moved to London. I didn't know anyone, anyone. So there's like my friends that are illustrators. They don't give me any jobs. They're just my friends. But like for being like in the market, one here in London, for example, I just go to loads of fairs, but at the same time knowing who is who. Wow, okay, what's the agencies here in London? No, 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 no. Research and emails, and that's it. And like events, I would say that, because I built my relationships here from zero. Like I didn't know anyone here. Like all my contacts were in São Paulo. So it is about like having a portfolio, like having something to show, like researching a little bit about like the agencies and like who is who, where you want to make this network, just email and going to events and knowing people. I think like knowing people like naturally as well, just going to like to events and being open for that. So I guess that's it. It's just you have to put some work on it, unfortunately.
Awesome, thank you.
Thanks for the question, Ines. That was great. So our next question is from Mariana, who says, how do you promote around the internet as an illustrator?
Okay, let's see. You're gonna learn about that, but basically, Instagram, Behance, having a good portfolio, start like not like following and like getting interested in the community, follow people that you admire, follow agency or studios that you admire, send some emails, even if you don't hear back from them, that's gonna happen. Send some DMs. You just have to like to slowly, put yourself out there like you're one of them. Even if you don't feel like it is gonna be, you just have to put yourself out there and go with the flow of everything. And but yeah, like nowadays it's really hard. I understand, even me, like TikTok is crazy, everything. But you have to have like everything like linked, like Behance and Instagram, I would say they're like the most important things.
Excellent. Thanks, Barbara. Hopefully that answers your question, Mariana. So Patrick's got a good question for you. Barb, what's your secret of being so energetic?
I'm Brazilian. And I'm nervous, so I'm just like, that's it. Yeah.
Excellent. Good answer. Good answer. Hina, sorry, you've got your hand up. Please go ahead.
Hi, hello, Barbara. It's lovely having a first interaction with you. You're such a lovely personality. Yeah, and I'm so excited already to learn from you, by the way. So I have a few questions, by the way. Yeah, so I have like a little bit of background in the graphic designing, and I started illustration all by my own in COVID times, especially, you know, because there was nothing else to do. So whatever money I saved, I got an iPad, and then whatever I learned is all by my own self. So what else I'm going to ask you is, I love fashion. I love fashion a lot.
Yeah.
So fashion is something that attracts me apart from illustration as well. And what I've been thinking, like, I'm also enrolling myself in the fashion designing course at the UL. So do you think this both coming together as a career, or I should focus only at one? Because, you know, I love fashion and love designing at the same time, but something that has something to story, you know. I love creating visual that says something out, that has, you know, be spoken. So do you think they both come together?
I think they both go together, but I think what could be useful is to think, how would you like to work? Because to be honest, like being an illustrator, basically you staring at your laptop for a long time, being by yourself, or like as me, like being in a studio of other people. So it's like really way more chill with you, by you, which I love.
Yes.
But I think, I don't know, like for sure, but like fashion is more like collaborative, is more like in a studio, is more like with other people. So I think you can work with fashion if being like illustrator. You can like make like patterns, you can make illustration based in fashion as well.
Yes,
So I think the most important thing is about how do you see yourself working, like by yourself as a freelancer, or like surrounded by other people in fashion. I think that is more helpful, I guess, in my vision.
Yeah.
Because
So I also,
spend a lot of time by yourself.
yeah, I'm also kind of person like, you know, who don't be like always in hustle and bustle. When you are illustrator, you know, you work in your own pace, you know what I mean? So, but when it comes to fashion, you're absolutely right that you always have to like go out and like a lot of, you know, a chaotic situation, because I had a chance with work in the backstage fashion as well with Bella Hadid and, you know, all these big names.
Wow.
So by the way, I'm like that. I don't know if I'm the only one who's from Qatar and from the Middle East, you know. So, so yeah, basically this is, so I will be like, okay, there's like a fashion opportunities here, and I can work with fashion designers as a collaborator, that I can design something for you, you know. So do you think it's gonna work?
Yeah, I think like as a illustrator, you can like create your own brand, you can create your own images for a brand, and you can like even be a fashion designer for drawings. I guess like
Exactly.
yeah, you can totally do that. Like you're gonna be able to draw and put your brand out there. I think it's gonna be really useful for you, in
Yeah,
my opinion.
and
Yeah.
yeah, and I have one question. For example, if like this is like what I feel I'm going to do with my illustration course. So the team overall, including you yourself, help me to suggest something related to this field and how you're gonna do, what you not
Yeah.
do, take this approach and not this, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, we're gonna help you because as I said, like illustration is really diverse. We have people like in our group of structures, they like work with comics. We have Mateus that is like a designer. We have people that work of like for products. So and fashion illustration is something like really unique, and we can what we want is just to get you students is like, okay, what do you want to do, where do you want to go, you want to go there, okay, you want to have to go there. So yeah.
That's lovely.
Yeah, we can do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah, and in fashion, you also have like so many choices. You can create very nice bags, fashion accessories, jackets, blazers, and whatnot.
Yeah,
You know, you have like endless opportunities. And I see so many illustrators are actually doing that. So this is also like, okay, I can do this as well. So this is something like,
Yeah,
oh my God,
totally.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, very excited. I'm very excited. And you're such a lovely
Me too.
personality. I love your energy.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so
Same.
much,
Thank you.
Hina. Thank you. And by the way, Hina, don't worry because we actually have quite a few students from Qatar and other countries in the same area. So you're not alone. Don't worry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good.
Oh.
It's
Thanks so much.
amazing.
Okay,
It's
so
amazing.
our next question comes from Ivan or Ivan. He says, "Hi, Barbara. You mentioned that you can apply with a limited portfolio or if you just know the tools, but can you give any advice on applying with a limited body of work? I'm an art director looking to transition to illustration and want to apply, but I'm not sure what to submit. Thanks."
I guess like submit what you have. Basically, when I'm just like trying to pick students, it's just like, oh, he knows like how to use like digital or whatever. He has like a body of work, and it doesn't have to like match everything. It's more about like he knows a little bit of technique, and that's it. If you know how to draw, and if you have some works like there, just put what you like the most. Like doesn't have to be really like don't worry about that much. Like really, just make whatever you have, put it together, send it to us. Don't worry. Don't think about it too much. I'm sure it's great, and we can help you. If you're an art director, you like you know things.
Excellent, Barbara. Thanks so much. Ivan, I hope that answers your question. So we've got the next question from Mariana again. I think there's a couple of mixed in here. So first is, what was your biggest challenge working as an illustrator? So similar to my first question, but not for when you were beginning, I guess, just in
Okay,
general.
now I think sometimes I get tired of just being the computer all the time. It's just sometimes I want to live the real life. And I think the biggest challenge of being a freelance, not just illustrator, is just some months are great and some months are dry, and you have to know how to deal with that, like financially and mentally. I guess that's the thing. Not putting all this weight on like, I didn't have any work this month, I'm not good enough, or having money saved to past like a month, like not that great. So I think that's it. Too much time on the screen and like finding the balance of, the unstable life of a freelancer. But besides that is it. I really, like as I say, I really enjoy what I do. That's why, like, if you want to try to be an illustrator, I would say yes, try it because it is great. It is a fun career. You can work from all the places in the world. I travel all the time just with my laptop, and I still excited about some projects. Some of them no, but like some of them yes. And having like this is like my passion project. Just being able to connect with people is really great.
Excellent. And Mariana also asks, English is not my native language. How did you get to be known internationally?
English is not my native language as well. So I guess since I moved, things got like, I don't know why, maybe because I've been through like some fairs or things, but I have people from Brazil, like Jun Yoneda, one of the instructors. He's in Brazil, and he just got like contracted by a really good agency here, and I was like, what the fuck? I'm sorry, like, excuse me, how you did that? But I guess it's just like, what I think really is behaving like you are English native. Like my Instagram is all in English. You have to be a little bit more, you have to be international, even though you're not. So like on my Instagram is like English, and you have to portray like someone that is not just your nationality. I think you have to put yourself in the world like professionally. And if you wanted to be known internationally and you don't have this access, just make a really nice PDF or make a really nice website and send to them. Because some people, some like even in London, they're really closed. They're like just like, we don't know anyone from other countries. I would say lazy. So you have to reach to them. So I guess that's it. Don't wait for them to discover you because they're lazy. just go for it.
Excellent. And the last question from Mariana is, can you recommend some great illustration studios to follow?
I don't know any illustration studios, but like agencies maybe, because yeah, maybe agencies, because there's no many illustration studios. But I would say like my agent is really cool. It's called Closer and Closer. I can put it here. They have so many good people, not me. I think Asian Tekka is good. Who else? Let me see my bookmarks. I'll think about more of them. I can have it. Yeah, Asian Tech is really good. Or I guess this for now. I'm sorry, I can't have anything in my mind, but I can make a list and.
I think that's plenty for Mariana to get started with. Don't worry, don't worry.
Yeah.
It's always tricky when you're on the spot, right?
Yeah.
Brilliant. So we've got some new questions coming in. First one from Nefeli, who says, what programs will we need for the masters?
I guess the only program that you have to know a little bit is Photoshop. Like, because even like if you're, oh no, but like my work is not digital, you have to have a digital format of this the file. So I think Photoshop, we're not going to teach Photoshop, we're not going to be like you have to, but I think knowing a little bit of Photoshop is really nice. Just the basic. I work with Photoshop, but I'm not a professional. I just know my things, but like knowing a little bit of Photoshop is important. I think the rest is not that important, because like I think I work with Adobe Illustrator because I do in vectors, but like that's my style. Some of my friends, they just use Procreate. I don't use Procreate. So I guess like Procreate or Photoshop will be good to know. That's it. Otherwise, it's just basic internet things. So
excellent. Thanks, Barbara. I think that will answer Nefeli's question. Patrick's got a question about ECTS points, and that one specifically, I think, is better to speak to one of our student advisors about. So again, if you're interested in more information regarding that and the master in general, or even applying, we encourage you to get in contact with our student advisors at info@labasad.com. But thank you, Patrick. And then we've got another question from Tessie, who says, how will this course be different from following a class through an online learning platform like Domestika or Skillshare? So that should be pretty easy, Barbara. I don't know if you're familiar with those platforms, but yeah, I'll let you lead that one.
Yeah, I guess it's just like we're gonna be there with you. We're gonna like look at your stuff and be like, maybe you should do that. Maybe it's gonna be step by step with you. You're not gonna just like say things and like do whatever you want. No, we're gonna give you assignments and we're gonna give you feedback and we're gonna like help you personally. Each of the students is gonna have like a personal view of the instructor. So it's not something that we're gonna say for everyone is the same. It's not. It's gonna be really personal. So it's really different. It's really, and I think that's like just a personal note. Like that's how I learn, because I studied. I worked in like some studio designs, and having someone that look at my work, my boss at the time who really worked, and they're like, okay. So it's like, do you like this? It's really personal. I think that's the difference. It's like we're trying to bring the best out of you, and we're gonna know you. So not knowing you, but like online know you. So I think it's gonna be different.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll just add to that by saying as well that obviously on those platforms it is pre-recorded material, right? Pre-recorded classes. At LABASAD we don't do that. So all of our classes, all of our material is live in real time using video conferencing software, which just is exactly what you're saying, right? It's much more personal and much more like an in-person class, really.
Yeah.
So Matilde asks, I only use Procreate. Would it be enough?
I think so. Yeah. Procreate is really similar to Photoshop. We just need something digital, because like as an illustrator, you're gonna have like to send digital files at some point. So any like digital program that fine.
Yeah, and I think even if you just had the basic experience with Photoshop as well, that would just be good. You know, we're not asking anyone to be an expert in these programs.
No,
but,
I'm not an expert. I just know the basic, like brushes. So it's fine.
Excellent. Okay, and we've got another question from Christiana, who says, hello and thank you for this beautiful presentation. How many hours on average will be needed to work on the projects, and how many hours per week will be the master? So I'll take this one if you don't mind.
Yes.
Basically how it works is that you normally have between 1 and 2 classes per week. Normally 2 classes per week, but occasionally you might be given a larger project, and in that case you're just going to have 1 class per week, but it's normally 2. And those classes are between 1.5 hours and 2 hours long. And then obviously you're going to get given assignments, if not those larger projects, most weeks. So on average, we calculate that it's a weekly time commitment between the classes and the assignments of 15 to 20, roughly. Okay, and for now, let's see. I think that is all the questions we have. Does anyone else have any? Patrick's come back. So, Patrick, please, let's see. I have a full-time job, and sometimes I like to go hiking for a few days. What happens if I skip a few days? Okay, I can also take this one. So, yeah, no problem. Obviously, we do record the live classes, but we recommend that people are in the live classes in person as much as humanly possible. So obviously, you know, things happen. Maybe you're sick. Maybe you're running late one day. You missed the beginning of the class. No problems. You can go back and watch that recording. But we recommend that you're there to get the best out of the experience, really, live as much as possible. And yeah, anyone else? Any other questions at all? Please, this is your opportunity to ask Barbara and myself questions directly.
Talk to me.
Let's see. Well, I think then if there's no one else that wants to pop anything in the chat or put on their microphone and camera, we'll leave it there. But first of all, thank you so much, Barbara, for the presentation and all the answers. It's been fantastic.
Thank you, guys. Oh my God, I was so nervous.
It didn't show. You did a great job.
Because this is like such a passion project for me. Like, again, this course is the course that I wish I could give myself 10 years ago. So I'm not kidding. Like, the instructors are like super nice, super fun. They're super excited. So it's something really out of my comfort zone. But I know it's going to be amazing because I want to take this course because I want to learn from them. So yeah, if you have the chance, like, to be honest, even like my friends, like my illustrator friends, they're like already successful. They're like, oh, can I just watch? Can I just see this course? Because we have big names in there, but they are really chill, really good. And most of them, they're not English native talkers, speakers. So everyone is gonna try their best to make like a really fun experience. So it's gonna be really special. And thanks for having me. And I'm sorry if it was like weird, but yeah.
No, it was amazing. Like I said before, I think you've got lots of new fans in the chat, so it's gone well for sure. And obviously, thank you to everyone who's tuned in today and asked questions. They've been a great bunch of questions. And like I said earlier, if you're interested in learning more about the online master in editorial and advertising illustration, then please drop us a line via the contacts we shared earlier, specifically as well at info@labasad.com. But for now, that's everything. Hope to hear from you soon.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for coming.